Welcome back to Charisco Crypto. Guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Let's discuss. Let's discuss Bitcoin. Let's discuss crypto. So let's talk about everything else that is happening in the crypto space, guys. You are all welcome. You are all welcome. You are all welcome. You are all welcome. So, guys, let's discuss Bitcoin. Let's discuss crypto. Let's talk about everything else that is happening in the world of crypto. So yesterday, for sure, so Bitcoin, the market dipped down slightly. So Bitcoin dipped slightly below $120,000 yesterday. But guess what? So the market is slightly recovering. So I know the bigger question is that, so is the bull market over? No. So 100% the bull market is not over. So I believe at least next week, the market will be booming once again. Most of the data are predicting that, so the bull market is not over. So get prepared for the next leg up, as you guys can see on my title, and my thumbnail is also saying that, so the next leg up. So get prepared for the next leg up. The bull market is not over. So let's dive into the market. I will be showing you guys some metrics, some data, which have been predicting the market over the past few years. So we show that, so Bitcoin and crypto is still holding strong, and the bull market is not over, which art season is still here to come. Next week, so Ethereum will be booming because the data are still predicting now till next week at least. Ethereum should be upwards again. It's trading between about $4,200, which is Ethereum is around the $4,300 right now, to about at least $4,500 to $4,600 next week. So just next week from now. So just the next few days, so Ethereum should be upwards again. So guys, don't be scared. So each time the market dip down, take it as an opportunity, embrace it. So take it as an opportunity this year. So let's dive into the market. Let's see what is happening in the crazy world of crypto, guys. We have some positive news in the market, despite the market is down. Bitcoin is still trading around the $114,000 right now. So, but don't be scared. Keep this year. First, I want you guys to see this chart here. Yeah, guys, smash the like, man. Smash the like and subscribe button. I see the chat booming. So for sure, if you have any question, drop your question on the chat. We'll be doing Q&A. So during the end of the stream. Yeah, you guys are amazing, man. My people, how are they? So let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk Bitcoin. Let's talk crypto. So guys, this chart right here, it has been predicting, the downside of the market, and so it has been predicting at least as a signal when to buy and when to take profit as well. So this was, July here, July 9th of July. So which were the grid was has been extremely great. So we show that, so retail was be bullish in the crypto space, as you guys can see here. This chart here was showing that, so the retails are being bullish. So we show that at least it's a good time to take some profit. So which was it's a good time. So retail has been, has been extremely, has been extremely, has been extremely bullish. So which also happened here just, a few days ago. So now this dip, which we dip down here right now, as you guys can see, the market is being down, as you guys can see here. So which August 19, it signals that, so for sure, it's also a bounce is coming. So it's so at first, I want you guys to know that retail traders and those are newcomers who usually come into the market. Each time they be bullish, that so it's a good time to take profit. So retail traders, turns ultras bearish after Bitcoin dips below $120,000, yesterday. So retail traders, they've been extremely bearish. So this is one of the things I always say in the crypto space that, it's easy for people to turn bearish in the crypto space, for people to turn bearish in the crypto space. So which is why I keep saying that, each time the market is being up, try to make sure you take profit, try to make sure you have some catch on your side, which I think is very, very important because it's easy for people to turn bearish in the crypto space. Yeah, guys, I see the chat booming, so drop your question on the chat. So for sure, we'll be doing Q&A shortly. So, but I want you guys to see, most of those data that still predict that, the market is still, on track. So, which I will be showing you guys another some, a good data which has been predicted, the historical of this market. So this extremely permissive signals is a buy opportunity, and market often moves opposite to the crowd's expectation. So this chart show here show that so it's still a good time at least to buy once again. It show that we are in a good time to buy because so the retails are being bearish once again because the retail average buy is between about $109,000. So even if the market deep down so hard, at least we may test that around the $109,000. But guess what? Now till next week, a bullish signal is coming out. So we show that so the market is ready to bounce once again. I think now till next week, Ethereum will be trading at least above one at least about above $4,500 once again. So this data says are showing extremely bullish once again, so that will be please a huge bounce is coming once again, guys. So don't be scared. So Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. So we take us here. I want you guys to see this, guys. I don't know if you guys how can see this better, man. So I'll try my possible best for you need to share this for you guys to understand where we are in this market. So today, this is where we are in the crypto space. So this has been predicting the bull cycle over the past few years. So I'm not joking. You guys can say. So it's predicting it. It's not predicting it today to just to just end of this year. It's predicting it to even if 2030. Okay. So this chart here is predicting even if where Bitcoin will be trading at, even if 2030, which is the next at least the next 5 years from now. So which is why it has been predicting the top of the cycle over the past few years. Which is why even if when a lot of people are saying, okay, Bitcoin will be heading up to at least $500,000 this cycle, I don't think it's possible this cycle. I don't think $500,000 is possible this cycle. That does not mean, this chart here, so Bitcoin can pop more than this chart. Sometimes you don't know, so you can't predict the future. But this data has been predicted the top of the cycle over the past few years. So right now, so this is where we were, so which was about, it predicted at least $123,000 before the top out of this cycle. But guess what? Bitcoin head up to, before the top out a few days ago, before a pullback. So it predicted, this chart here was predicted at least for Bitcoin to head up to at least $123,000 before a pullback. So then we will have the next parabolic leg up. So guess what? Bitcoin head up to $124,500. So this chart here was predicted at least $123,000 before the next pullback. But you guys can see here, Bitcoin head up to $124,500 before this pullback, which we have right now. So this chart here is showing that this pullback is necessary for Bitcoin to have the next leg up. September is bearish month. I don't think so. So guys, one thing is that so this August, is usually not a good month for Bitcoin and crypto. But guess what? If you check the chart, you'll find out that Bitcoin is being up in August as well. Bitcoin is being up. Bitcoin is being up for August. So don't be scared. So guys, so September, even if September, I think a new bounce is coming before the end of this cycle, because this chart here is showing that we will head up at least the next parabolic phase in the next few months. So now to the end of the year, because you guys can see 2026, which this is one thing I've been saying that for sure, the market will dip down if history is on our side. So in 2026, we'll have a pullback. By 2027, the market will have the next leg up, as you guys can see with this chart here, from at least ending of 2026, we have the next leg up, which is the next 4-year cycle. So we'll be entering the next phase of the cycle, which is from January 2026. So we enter the next phase. So this chart here is predicting at least when we have the next leg up in the next few months, it will be taking Bitcoin to at least $140,000 to $150,000 this cycle. So the next leg up. So which is why I still think that so don't be scared. So you guys can see the chart are still saying that Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. We are still in bull market. The bull market is not over yet. I keep saying it. So if you can't hold the 3-4% dip, so for sure you will be rich. So in order for you to be rich in the crypto space, you need to make sure that so you know how to hold for a long term. So Bitcoin and crypto, people who make money in Bitcoin and crypto are people who learn how to hold for a long term. If you can't hold for a long term, you won't be rich. Just think of it. If you was opportunity to buy Bitcoin, even if $5, so if you can't hold for a long term, you won't be rich. It's simple. So in order for you to be able to hold for a long term, for sure, you have to know how to hold for a long term. So in order for you to be rich, you have to learn how to hold for a long term. Bitcoin benefit people who hold for a long term, not even traders. I keep saying it every single day. So not even traders who make money in crypto, because most of the time when you are trading, you make money. So most of the time you lose. So but when you do the calculation, you finally understand that, you totally understand that people who make money in cryptos are investors, are people who invest and hold for a long term. This chart here show it all. Let me try and zoom in so you guys can see. You guys can see that this chart here was predicting place 123,000 this cycle, which is this last month, which we just happened about a few days ago. So it was predicted at least about not the cycle, not 123,000 this cycle. It was predicted at least $123,000 before the next pullback. But which happened, Bitcoin head up to $124,000, which was just about a month, about a few weeks ago. So guess what? Now we're having a pullback down here. So it still say that okay, we may be able to pull back at least between about $109,000 to $100,000. But guess what? The next parabolic phase, it will be taking Bitcoin to at least $140,000 to $150,000, which show that so the bull market is still in play. So don't be scared, guys. Don't be scared. Each time the market dip down, you have to embrace it as a gift. Just like Michael Saylor, the CEO of Strategy, he said you have to ignore the bearish, the people who are big bearish right now, so that Bitcoin is being down. Because if you look here right now, if you look at the fear and greed index, you can see it's between about 45 once again, which show that people have been extremely fearful once again. So, which is why I keep saying every single day, I don't know why people will be bearish when Bitcoin is still trading above $100,000. So, so I was thinking, so if you were here, I totally understand it's the retail. So, which is why this chart here is showing that the retails, which are the newcomers, so when they were being extremely greed just a few weeks ago, but now they've been extremely fearful once again. So we show that the bounce is coming, guys. A huge bounce is coming. So don't be scared. This year and hold. You remember one of the best strategies to hold for at least to achieve a financial freedom. Over the past few years, Bitcoin and crypto has become one of the best way to achieve a financial freedom, which is it will keep being, because Bitcoin is an asset with a limit supply. So it's an asset with a limit supply. So this chart showing here, showing that it has been predicting the historical, the history of historical performance of Bitcoin is showing that we still have a long way to go. Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. Guess what, guys? Yeah, my people, how are they now? Hope you guys are good. So let's discuss. So guys, since you're watching from S, aka Twitter, retweet. So help me share the stream. Share to your friends and family. Share it to your church group. Share it to your everyone around you. Let them know about Bitcoin and crypto. So if they are being fearful, let them know that they don't have to be fearful. So don't be scared. To hold for a long term. So guys, this chart here, as you guys can see, just another $1 billion was minted about a few hours ago. So on Ethereum chain, so USDT, $1 billion, new money coming into the space once again. This $1 billion, being minted once again. We show that so if you have been scared, more the way yesterday, what really brought the market down? I showed you guys yesterday that so almost about yesterday we have almost about more than $500 million in more than $500 million in Bitcoin liquidated, and guess what? Ethereum we have almost about 400 $400 million, almost about $500 million. So that was liquidated yesterday. Those are the things that brought the market down yesterday. So don't be scared. So guys, so don't be scared. So this the Wall Street, they keep accumulating. Yesterday we have a good inflow. So we'll have a inflow from the ETF, the Bitcoin spot ETF. I showed you guys those data yesterday, which is why I don't need to show it today. So yesterday there was a huge outflow. There was a huge outflow from a Bitcoin spot ETF and Ethereum spot ETF, which show people like BlackRock. BlackRock did not sell. People like like a Fidelity decide to sell some of their Bitcoin and a Grayscale as well. So Bitcoin, when I checked it yesterday, which is when I checked it yesterday, BlackRock was negative yesterday, which showed that BlackRock did not sell a single Bitcoin, did not sell a single Bitcoin yesterday. So and people like Fidelity decide to sell some of their Bitcoin holding yesterday. So, guys, for you guys to know that so the bear market is still not. We are still not in bear market yet. The bull market is still here. So we are still in the parabolic phase, the banana zone, which is why more money keep coming into the crypto space. This is $1 billion that still deposit, that still be meted. New money coming into the crypto space. Which take us here, guys. Let's see what next. Yeah, my people, how are they, guys? If you have been watching from S, you are watching from Twitch, you are watching from Kick. So, share the stream. So, retweet, follow me on Kick, Twitch, as well as Charisco Crypto. So, the name remains the same. Yeah, for sure. The data are saying that, so the bull market will still head. So, we soon head. We are already in the last phase of the cycle. Yeah. The charts are still predicting, we are still in bull market, but we are in the last phase of the cycle. So, guys, Brazil, I was showing this similar chart about, headline about a month ago. So that a plan, which is Brazil, are making a plan at least to make sure that, create a Bitcoin treasury. So now, as you guys can see, Brazil to conduct a public hearing on proposals national Bitcoin reserve today, not even tomorrow, today. So Brazil, they are conducting at least a public hearing on a proposal of a national Bitcoin reserve. So, which I think, for sure, everybody need, every country need Bitcoin treasury. The US already created, Bitcoin treasury. So they are holding about, 15 to 20 billion dollars in their Bitcoin treasury. So they have not buy yet, but the Bitcoin which FBI confiscated from hackers few years ago, they are holding it in their Bitcoin treasury. And which is, I have an headline here, which is Senator Cynthia Loomis. He said that yes, so the US, they are working so hard is to make sure that so they swap some of their gold to buy Bitcoin in the next few years, and the plan is to buy at least 1 million Bitcoin. So million Bitcoin, that is huge. So even if today we are saying, oh, BlackRock is holding a huge amount of Bitcoin. Michael Saylor is holding a huge amount of Bitcoin. They are not holding up to 1 million Bitcoin yet. So just BlackRock is holding about 3.5% of total Bitcoin supply, which is almost about, as of today, it's about 600 and something thousand Bitcoin, almost about 700,000 Bitcoin, which BlackRock is holding. So the US saying that they want to hold 1 million Bitcoin. It is huge as well. So guys, we still have some positive news in the market. So Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. The bull market is not over yet. If you are Bitcoin, prepare for what is coming. So the next leg up is here. So just prepare for it. So prepare. Keep this here. Remain the best strategy. So which take us here, guys? I want you guys to see this. So 2022 Celsius run into bankruptcy. So people lose, millions and billions of dollars. So I think the company back then, Celsius back then was worth about, if I'm not mistaken, about 12 to 13 billion dollars company. So Celsius run into bankruptcy back then. So I was holding some cash and some Bitcoin and average and dot back then. So average, so average Bitcoin and dot. I did take that was what I was holding in Celsius back then. When they run into bankruptcy, so they said, okay, for them to pay out some, some of the to credit some of the creditors. So at least you have to have which is a Coinbase account back then. So I have a Coinbase account. I was holding about $5,000 back then. So guess what? They decided to pay. I received about that was about 20, just about $1,500 back then. That is crazy. But guess what? So now Celsius said that at the beginning a third distribution, which is about $220 million. Yeah, so for eligible creditors once again. So if you have ever used the Celsius, so try to make sure. I don't know where they will be crediting this one, so I will let you guys know when they make it public once again. So they will be paying their creditors at least for eligible creditors. They will be paying them at least about $220 million once again. So I hope I will be eligible for this one once again. If it's even if it's about $500 to $1,000, it's not bad. So if you ever lose your money on Celsius, so put your eye on ground. So that's because they will be paying some of the eligible creditors once again. Yeah, my people, how are they, guys? We'll be looking at it shortly. So let's discuss Bitcoin, let's discuss crypto. Guys, share the stream, share the stream, share the stream, share the stream with your friends and family. Let them know about Bitcoin and crypto. Make sure your notification bell is on. It's very, very important so that each time I'm live, you guys will get notified. So we'll be able to discuss Bitcoin and crypto together. Micro strategies. I'll be coming back to that, Salike. Yesterday I was saying it. I discussed about share my idea about micro strategies yesterday because they have been using so much leverage over the past. They have been using so much leverage over the past few months, which many people are a bit curious about that. Even myself, I've been worried, thinking, if a micro strategy ever forced to sell their Bitcoin, it will be a disaster in the crypto space for sure. It will be a huge disaster that will ever happen in the crypto space. So guys, this is similar to this chart which I was showing you guys just now. Want you guys to see it on another way, another form. So Bitcoin retail sentiment collapse. So is this a Corinthians bottoms for Bitcoin? So retail, the sentiment is being collapsing. So people who are just new to the crypto space, each time we have a dip, they're being fearful. Each time we have a dip, they've been fearful, thinking that, so Bitcoin, but each time we have a dip, we have a slightly pullback, they've been fearful. That is because I totally understand. They don't know how Bitcoin and crypto work. They think that, Bitcoin is being, Bitcoin is an asset, so hold for a long term, DC and hold for a long term. So it's being powered by miners, guided by code. Over the past few years, has become one of the best performing assets. Bitcoin has been existed just in the past between 16 years, less than 2 decades. But guess what? It become one of the best performing assets. So why don't you want to be in crypto space today? Make sure that you are in the crypto space. Keep this year, guys. It's very, very important. So this year, hold for a hold. So this year and hold. People who has been making money in crypto are people who this year and hold. So Bitcoin, make sure you are in the crypto space because it has been one of the best one of the best way for you to achieve a financial freedom, which I do need just now. I will be showing you guys, UK inflation came out than expected, just about about it's all with about performance with about 3.4%. That is huge. Inflation keep eating away our buy power every single day, and one of the way to hedge against inflation is to be in the crypto space. So yeah, guys, I see the chart booming. I will be I'll be coming back to the chat shortly. So we do Q&A shortly. So drop your question on the chat for sure. So drop your question on the chat. We'll be looking at it shortly. You guys are amazing. So guys, I want you guys to see this. I've been saying it that, just like as I said earlier just now, if you are not in the crypto space, you are missing. The Fed one bank that could become irrelevant. The banks could become irrelevant if they ignore blockchain adoption. for sure. So the blockchain abduction, Bitcoin and crypto abduction is getting wide every single day. So for sure, if you are not if you have not abducted Bitcoin now, for it will just take a time for sure. Everybody is abducting a Bitcoin. Bitcoin is becoming a mainstream asset. So what the Fed are saying here, as you guys can see on the screen, that so the banks, so they will become irrelevant if they don't adopt Bitcoin, which I think the same. Don't forget, just a month ago, so it's becoming less than 2 months, when Elon Musk said that fiat is useless, which is the government money. Fiat is the government money. It's useless. So he said, when he said that, now he made a pause on the America party, which he said he will create. He said that, when he said that when Elon Musk said that his America party, which he want to create, it will adopt Bitcoin because Bitcoin is becoming one of the best performing assets. So fiat is becoming useless. It's useless because holding fiat, which is the government money, take your buying power away from you. The government keep printing more of it. So it's unlimited supply. They can decide to, just to press a button, they will be printing more and more of it. So you can print more Bitcoin, which is what the Fed are saying here, that the banks could become, irrelevant if they are not adopting a blockchain. If they are ignoring blockchain, it will become irrelevant for sure. So blockchain is taking over the world, is taking over everything right now. So you guys can see, even if the real estate, they are tokenizing it into blockchain. Even if Peter Schiff, which is also a critic of Bitcoin, he said that so he said that even if Peter Schiff, he said that the best way is to tokenize gold into blockchain. So even if you don't be surprised, gold in the next few years they will tokenize it into blockchain. So nothing can compete. They can't compete with Bitcoin. Gold itself can't compete with Bitcoin because you can get more gold, you can get more Bitcoin. 21 million forever. So guys, we are still early. The bull market is not over. Yeah, I can see the chat from Twitch. How are you guys doing? Headphone is not working. Try to fix it. Ravara, how are you doing? So guys, if the Fed say that so the banks will become irrelevant if they keep ignoring blockchain, if they are not adopting blockchain, for sure, it will become irrelevant. So not just the banks. I think everything else right now. So if you are not even if we as a human, if you are not adopting a Bitcoin, because Bitcoin and crypto is one of the way for you to get freedom over everything. So Bitcoin is everything you need as a human to live because it gives you freedom. It's so decentralized, just like every Saturday, Sunday, most of the banks are closed here in Europe. So and you can't if you want to send money to someone, so you can't even send a good amount of money. So when you are doing it with Bitcoin, it's you and your money. Bitcoin is an asset being powered by energy. When the fiat, which is the government, is powered by nothing. The fiat is being controlled by the government. But guess what? No one can control Bitcoin. So it's simple. So which also take us here. Yeah, guys, I see the chat booming. How are you guys doing? Did you see? Yeah, guys, if you want to hold for a long term, it's never a bad time to buy. If you want to hold for a long term, so I'm coming back to the chat, guys. We'll be doing Q&A shortly. If you want to hold for a long term, it's never a bad time to DC. But if you want to buy the dip, okay, good. So if you want to buy the dip, keep holding. Make sure that you keep holding and hold for a long term for sure. We will all achieve a final. So even with this chart I showed you guys just now, we'll be coming back to this micro strategy. So with this chart I showed you guys just now, it still shows that yes, Bitcoin will dip below $100,000, and because I keep saying it that like the average mining Bitcoin cost average mining Bitcoin today it costs about it costs about 50 to $53,000 to mine more Bitcoin. And each cycle, so we usually dip to the average Bitcoin buy, average Bitcoin mining price. which is about that 50 to $53,000. As long as we usually dip slightly below, which is why I still think, when the chart here is still showing that, we this pullback which we have it right now is necessary, and we'll be taking the next parabolic phase up, which before the end of the cycle, which it will be taking Bitcoin at least 140 to $150,000. I keep saying you can't predict the future, so Bitcoin head up again to 130, $140,000. Good. So make sure you have some cash on your side. So that is because the chart here is still showing that, so we will still deep down. So I keep saying it. So you guys can say 2026. So this is the pullback here. If history is on our side, so this chart here is saying that, so for sure. This chart here is already predicting, now till 2030, and it has been at least historically has been, we have been following this chart over the past few years. So guys, which take us, I want you guys to see this. So Michael Saylor, if you are just coming right now, guys, rewatch the stream. So I show some, some good data which predicting, the crypto cycle, which still show that the bull market is not over yet, and the next leg up is here. The next leg up is here. So guys, Michael Saylor, the CEO of Strategy, he said that you should ignore the bear. Keep saying it, so don't be. I keep saying, instead of me to be bearish right now, be bullish. So he said you should ignore the bear. So don't be scared. Keep this CA and hold. That is what the CEO of Strategy is saying, Michael Saylor. He said you should keep holding. You should ignore the bear. So that is what Saylor is saying. So keep holding and ignore the bear. But guess what? I keep saying it. I want you guys to see this. This is Senator City Loomis. A second, guys. Let me bring this to you guys. Notice. I want you guys to see this. So this is Senator City Loomis. So Senator City Loomis. So what he's saying here is that he said that he said we will have a market structure done this year. So this the crypto market structure, they will have it done this year. So it's been saying that so they want to the US making a plan to accumulate more Bitcoin, as you guys can see here. So they are making a plan to accumulate more Bitcoin. So I showed you guys about a few weeks ago. He said they are making a plan. At least to swap some of their treasury asset like a gold, to swap it to Bitcoin and hold for a long term. So we show that so more people keep the Bitcoin abduction, keep getting wide every single day. Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay, guys. Don't be scared. So keep this here. So for sure, we will all achieve a financial freedom together. Yeah, guys, how are they? So let's do Q&A. Who is buying? Let me see. So America will not buy Bitcoin, just like the US based secretary. He said that America will buy Bitcoin, but guess what? Senator City Loomis said that so they are making a huge move to make sure that they accumulate more Bitcoin. He said they are making a huge move to buy more Bitcoin. That is what Senator City Loomis is saying. Say they are taking a huge move to buy more Bitcoin. But guess what? You know that even if as of today, America are still holding, the US still holding about 20. The US still holding about 15 to $20 billion in Bitcoin. So you guys can see here. Let me see if I can bring it out. So country holding Bitcoin. Even if the countries holding Bitcoin, you can see here. So the US are still holding about 198,000 Bitcoin as of today, which is their total crypto holding. I showed you guys a week ago. Their total crypto holding is about 24 billion, but just Bitcoin, because they are holding some Ethereum as well. So, but just Bitcoin, they are holding 22.59 billion dollars in Bitcoin. So, which is quite a little bit issue. Those Bitcoin, they did not buy them, but the FBI confiscated them from hackers a few years ago. Yeah, guys, drop your question on the chat. Let's do Q&A. Let's do Q&A. You guys are amazing. I see the chat booming. So, guys, if you are not watching from YouTube, you are missing, man. Sorry, guys. How are they, my people? Not like Charisco. Rebe, how you guys doing? Miraculous. I hope you guys are good, man. Yeah, okay. How are you guys doing? Hope you guys are enjoying the week. Guys, don't be scared. Don't be scared. So when Bitcoin dipped slightly below $112,000 yesterday, dipped out to $112,500, yesterday, You see people be fearful, which is why I showed you guys the other chart just now, which showed that, the retail investor, the new people who are coming into the crypto space, they're being extremely fearful right now, thinking Bitcoin is going to zero. Bitcoin is, so the only way I think Bitcoin will ever go to zero is like, we have to be in, dramatic things happening on this earth, so all the electricity being collapsed. Get that? So all the electricity being collapsed, no light, so maybe the world is coming to an end. So I think it's one of the way Bitcoin is going to zero. But now, no, no way. So Bitcoin is here to stay. Yeah, Sita, how are you guys doing? I'm good, guys. Thank you, thank you. Try to answer the question to fish out the questions. You guys are amazing, man. I know September is bearish month. September may not be bearish, so mostly even if may not be, we may not be seeing the bears, the bear moment in September, just because even if August is not usually a good month for Bitcoin and crypto, but guess what, so August Bitcoin see a new all-time high, which is $124,500 just a few days ago, which is now becoming last week or early this week. Last week, so last week Bitcoin hitting all-time high, which is September we don't usually or August we don't usually have such a pop. But guess what? This but I know we're having a pullback right now, which this chart here is showing that it's normal. For sure we need to have this pullback, as you guys can see here. We need to have this pullback at least before we have the next parabolic leg of up. The bull market will soon end. Yeah. So now the end of if history is on our side, now the end of the year. But you can't predict we can't predict the future 100%. Fire on the mountain for MicroStrategy. Yeah. Selike, I was saying that I was discussing about this yesterday. MicroStrategy has been over leveraged. When their stock is about with a 4 month low, their stock, MicroStrategy stock, which is a strategy, they are rebrand the company from MicroStrategies to strategy. So strategy, their stock is now between about a 4 month low. So, but guess what? I think too much everything is bad. But MicroStrategy, the CEO keep issuing more stock, keep selling more stock to buy more Bitcoin. I think it's been fearful. It's been extremely fearful because that is not a good. It's not a good idea to me. It's not a good idea for strategy, the MicroStrategy CEO, to keep selling their stock, keep selling most of the stock every single day, buy more Bitcoin, But because if MicroStrategy have to force to sell their Bitcoin, it will be crazy, guys. It will be nice, It will be nice. It would be one of the, it would be one of the, baddest moment in the crypto space. If it happen, Saliki, if it happen to be that, MicroStrategy has to force to sell their Bitcoin because their average buy is around the $73,000. Let's say Bitcoin pull back to 60,000, and MicroStrategy has to force to sell. Yeah, it could be the bottom of the it could break the bottom. So it could break the bottom of the market. It could break the dump. So we may dump down so hard, but it could break the bottom as well. Because last cycle, so what bring the bottom was when this Celsius, I show you guys just now, Celsius is playing out. So last cycle, Celsius run into bankruptcy, FTS run into bankruptcy, which was again Gemini run into bankruptcy. Many, Celsius, FTS, Okay, Tether and Luna US, Tether, Tether UST run into bankruptcy. Tether UST with Luna, that was about $100 billion company run into bankruptcy as well. You know, it's crazy. There must something that will bring the market down every cycle. There must be something that will bring the market down. What has been talking? Sorry, okay, the about the macro strategy, Abby. For sure, macro strategy is being over leveraged. They are being over leveraged. To face what you are saying, they are being over leveraged. Yeah, we are going. The support of 105,000 to $107,000. Even if we dip down to 105,000, 107,000, it will be a V-shaped recovery. It will be a V-shaped recovery. It will be a V-shaped recovery back up. You guys can see, yesterday when we dipped down to 100 and 112,500, 112,600 dollars yesterday. People being fearful yesterday, but that's what I totally understand that for sure. The market will recover back up. So the next leg up, the next leg up is coming. So don't be scared, guys. So don't be scared. Keep DTA and hold. Me. And one thing is that I think, so if you want to hold for a long time, I never, like for example, me here, I share only educational content, education. So I share my own view in the market, what I've been experiencing the past few years. So it's not a financial advice, but I still think if you want to hold for a long term, it's still never a bad time to buy Bitcoin. Even if Bitcoin trading are between $140,000, it's still a good time to buy. If you want to hold for a long term, if you want to hold now till next cycle. But if you want to buy the dip, make sure you have some cash on your side. Even if I myself, I haven't started buying yet because I still take, so I can still play with sometimes leverage, but I still think if you want to, I still think if you want to make sure that if you want to buy, okay, it's still you know, it's never a bad time to buy Bitcoin. But if you want to play with leverage, sometimes if you want to don't use leverage, you guys all know. If you have been watching me for over the past few months, you know that I'm against leverage. So, but if you want to play with at least 1S, 2S leverage, okay, I think it's normal for sure. If you want to play with a 1S leverage, 2S leverage, please, it's sure. Sometimes when you're bored, you can decide to just say, oh, okay, let's let's just play with some leverage. You guys can, it's happen, but don't be scared. So if you are thinking, oh, maybe the market, the bull market is over. No, the bull market is not over, guys. Don't listen to Michael still long. Actually, be breathe seriously. I still think, see, I still think art season is here to come. Guess what? Ethereum will lead the way. I think now till next week, you guys will see. So the chart is still looking bullish. Ethereum will take, a first step. So I think now till next week, you guys will see Ethereum will take the next leg up. So let's see, let's see. So let's see. Ethereum will lead the way. After Ethereum, more money will flow into the other altcoins. Season is not over, guys. Most of you guys have been bearish. Don't be bearish. You guys don't have to be scared. Which is why the fear and greed index it's not below 50. Let me see. The fear and greed index, you guys can see 45. Which one are people, I keep saying it's easy for people to turn bearish in the crypto space, mostly the retails, which people who are just newly coming into the crypto space, which is why I keep saying, so each time you see people being bullish, say Bitcoin going to $500,000, Bitcoin going to $1 million, make sure you have some catch on your side. I say it every single day. Make sure you have some catch on your side. When you see people being extremely bullish, make sure you take profit. So because it's easy for people to turn bearish in the crypto space. Just 2 weeks ago, the fear and greediness was above 70. But guess what? Today it's below 50. Yeah, guys. Yeah, September, so now to, the chart are still looking bullish. The chart are still saying, now to end of the year, we still have some bullish here. I'm trying to, you guys know, I'm here to encourage you guys to hold for a long term but I will still be letting you guys know that, taking profit is important, but, over the past few years, if you have ever invested in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, today you will be in profit for sure. So if you have BDCA, dollar cost average, so you buy at least, which is why I keep saying, if you have $100 to invest, don't go into the market just once. No, at least spread it across the market. It's very, very important. Spreading it across the market. I'm talking 500, okay? Yeah, that is true. If it happen, Seliki, well, like, what thing is that, let's say, for example, MicroStrategy, people hear that, MicroStrategy forced to sell their Bitcoin. People will be selling their stock as well. So that will even contribute to what will really bring the market down so hard. Because people will bring, let's say, for example, there is a news that, MicroStrategy forced to sell their Bitcoin. More people will be selling their stock, and more they will be selling their Bitcoin as well. So, guys, you guys are amazing. Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. Keep this year. So the market still show that we are still in the positive side. So keep this year. Don't be scared. So take the dip as a gift. So each time we dip down, take it as a gift. This year and hold for sure. You guys will all be in profit. This year and hold for a long time for sure you'll be in profit. So Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. Every single day I do live stream on YouTube at Charisco Crypto. If you're not following me on YouTube, guys, you're being missing. So, and you sharing the stream with your friends and family and smashing the like retweet. It gives you opportunity winning Bitcoin, crypto, NFTs from me as well. People who have been watching me from YouTube will testify to that. So make sure you're following me on all social platforms. The fear and greediness, so it's been showing that, so it's been falling. It's been falling. And if you agree, this is big falling. So just over the past few hours alone, so we have over $100 million liquidation, which show that many people been trading with so much leverage. I myself was in a while playing with leverage. I showed you guys some of my leverage trading sometimes, but I still know that leverage is not the best way to make money in crypto. So when you are bored, you have some good amount, some good cash on your side, you can play with leverage with a little amount of money. 1s, 2s, but play with leverage 20s, 50s. Leverage is a perpetual trading when you borrow against your money to trade. If you are trading with $1,000, for you guys who are asking what is leverage trading, so you are trading with $1,000 and you are using leverage trading. You use 10s. That means you will be trading at least with almost about $10,000. So, and you know how easy it is to make more money when you are trading with $10,000 than when you are trading with just $1,000. That is what leverage trading is. So if you are at least using 2s, that means you are trading with $2,000. But using 2s, less riskier, more higher leverage you use, more more risk. So guys, Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. Yeah, from Twitch, that's a chat from Twitch. So guys, see you all tomorrow from 6 p.m. Central European Time Zone. Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. Don't be scared. Don't forget, you are smart and intelligent with Bitcoin and crypto. We will all achieve a financial freedom together. Guys, Charisco is. See you all tomorrow, guys.